Hi there, I'm Allie Elliott.
Hi, everybody. I forgot to start the countdown and then I was too impatient to wait. So here we are, starting early. And then I'm just going to continue what I've been working on these two kind of hybrid. First of all, I'm going to turn this down. Don't look. I look better, slightly out of focus, and lower light. Okay, so let me make sure everything's ready to go. I'm kind of out of sorts. This is a weird time for me to stream, but we had a visitor today. My kids had a visitor. So anyway, here we go. Okay, this is not gonna look when it's all said and done like it does now. So don't get used to it. I'm gonna copy this and we're gonna go super painterly with this. And I'm afraid this might take a fair amount of time. So I'm gonna kind of speed that process up. What's that noise? I don't know. I think that was Discord. I'm new to all this, so you have to tell me if I'm doing something stupid. Okay. Photoshop's just like, not happen. How is everybody today? It's Friday, I think. Yes, it is Friday. It was hailing on us earlier and snowing. All right, well, this is what I get for not letting the countdown finish, because now, you know what? I think I might have just gone, yep, there it is. Okay. So I think I just went a little ham on what I was working on, but I'm gonna play with some of the filters a little bit, and I don't normally do that. So just for fun, let's see if we can get where we want to with some of these. I prefer to do everything by hand, and that's kind of cool though. Well, that's something. I might do that with the grass. Let's see what it did to the sky. That's weird. It's almost like a fresco. All right, well, there it is. I don't hate it. I don't love it. So let's play around with this a little bit. And I'm gonna take my beloved, you know what? First thing I'm gonna do is take this down a notch, because that is pretty intense. I like it on the grass. I don't love it on, so I'm gonna duplicate this underneath layer that doesn't have the effect on it and merge that lighter. There we go. And then we can just erase back too. Is that music too loud? And I guess I need to be careful that I don't overdo it because why am I using this? It'll really slow down. I'm just gonna do kind of broad sweeping. And then I'm gonna erase back most of it. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead because I don't really like that effect on their skin. So we'll just erase that off completely. And since this is all just experimental, no harm, no foul. Just kind of see if we can find something cool and different. I have had the song Jerusalem stuck in my head. A bunch of my Peloton classes have been playing it. So I did the thing where if you listen to it, you know, that's gonna help it get out of your head, which I love. It's a beautiful song. I just, like anytime something's stuck in my head, I feel like I need to hear it, unless I really hate it. But it just more further impress the song into my mind. Luckily, I like the song. Otherwise, it would be a terrible situation. So I'm just doing some broad strokes to erase the effect off of their skin. You can barely even see it on her hair. I will probably mainly keep it on the grass. And then I'm going to go back into the skin and just smooth it out and do my normal skin effects that I love. It's like shaking my whole monitor setup. Okay, it's off there, it's off there. Did I get it off there too? I did. Oh, it's this song again. I'm gonna change that. There we go. So I put my music on Surprise Me tonight, and I am surprised. Okay, now I'm gonna go to like a 50% brush and mostly take it off of the skin that's under the clothes. Because I want them to maintain that sheer look. And I want there to be some varying textures in the image. So I don't want to treat all the different textures in the same way. Then I'm gonna grab just the bottom, and then we're gonna run it through maybe something else a little bit. Let's try that. Yeah, I like that better. Now let's see how the edges look. Okay, and I'm going to erase back on her ear. Run it over the dress just a little, just to kind of offer some variety. Okay, and now I'm going to go on their skin underneath both of the grass pictures. I want to go around that freckle because I want to maintain the freckle. I actually think I already did this on their skin, but I probably have not done the like right here. And that might be her skin is looking real bright. That might be worth some coloring efforts too. No, I did not. I should not be erasing that. There we go. It's like, why isn't that doing anything? That's why. So it's screwing up. So I'm going to keep running into things that I missed when I was erasing. File that under things that I missed. Not worried about losing that little freckle. I'm actually gonna combine these two layers because that'll make this a little bit easier when I see these little anomalies. So I really only need to erase back from the one layer rather than both. Let's go real small here. I don't want to lose those though. Okay. Back to the skin layer, and I'm going to go a little bigger too. So I normally with the skin like to do big sweeping strokes and pay attention to the light patterns, of course. And we have to be real careful of again, I don't really know why I'm using the mouse, but oops. This is like scary movie music. Okay, now I'm going to take my eraser and just fix these little spots that I've left behind by accident. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this layer and then hide the bottom one because I'm not sure what I'm about to do is going to work. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay. I'm going to save this and then make some sweeping changes to it. Merge those and duplicate. And then I'm going to save it as a new version. Okay. And we'll just play around with this again a little bit. Oh, I like that. I like a nice thick paint. And then I'm just going to erase back some of that. Because I don't want such a uniform look. Play around with the color a little bit. I want to go really warm here. I just want to take some of that bright attention off of her arm. Make sure we're keeping it on the face. Merge those and duplicate again. And then this one is just a stray layer from before, so I'm going to save this. And then let's take a closer look. Let's see if I have... Nope, not that. All right, we'll just blend this out. So I'm going to go to the hair closest to their faces and just give it a smudge. Just like I would if I were doing an oil painting. That's actually what I started when I started my studio. I started specializing in oil painting. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this one and duplicate this one and then hide one of each and then merge these two and warm it way up. And then okay. So we just want to okay. I'm gonna do kind of the same thing. Just warm it way up. You know what? I'm just gonna delete that whole thing. So now you can see where I've kind of left some stuff behind. let's grab a pencil tool. Just delete those and save as. Let's look here. Oops. All right. Trying to resize some stuff here. Here we go. Okay. That makes it a little easier for me to see everything that's going on. So I want this to be very abstract, not abstract necessarily, painterly, and you know. So I'm just gonna try to, let's see, lay out the basics here. Just want to try to block in I'm going to keep those kind of youthful. I have a theory that everybody draws people to look like themselves. And I can kind of feel that happening. But whose face do you know better than your own? You know? Who can fault you for that? Not me. All right, so I'm gonna put a layer underneath. So that's the sketch face. Blocked colors, face. Here we go. So I'm gonna grab like let's do real light, just kind of along. Maybe even a little lighter than that, actually. And then go back a little darker. That's too dark. It's such a fine line here. You're gonna hear a lot of that. Okay. There we go. And then we'll go even smaller. There it is. Okay. We'll go teeny bit darker. And then a little lighter again. Let's go a little bit darker. And then go a little lighter. And then a little darker. And then lighter. This is definitely how I do actual oil painting too, just considerably messier. I am not a neat and tidy painter by any stretch. Let's go darker here and fill in some of these. And then we'll do something in the middle. Oh, I like this. I'm gonna heart this. Hold on. That's a grand total of 3 tracks that I've liked since I started. All right, back at it. Let's go a little smaller for this one. Oops. Hi, first time chatter. Thank you very much. Well, with regular photographs, I am really quick. So this has enabled me to branch out a little bit. Oh, awesome. Welcome, welcome. How are you this Friday? That might not be. Let's go even brighter. Alright, so as usual, I'm going to duplicate and then we're going to smear a little bit. Very good. Yes. I'm glad you're good. I'm also good. Fridays aren't what they used to be as a photographer, but you know, I like my job. I love my job actually, so it makes it easier. Oh, a little ham there. I am a full-time photographer. I own a little portrait studio on the town square. And portraits, any kind of portrait, but only portraits. That narrows it down for you. I actually think I like the blockier version better. Yeah, I do. So let's just get back to what was working. That's the nice thing about this not being an oil painting, is that we can pivot. Where is my mouse? There it is. So I sell this to my clients as I'm a storyteller. So whatever means I need to use to tell your story, and you know, everybody's story is different. So I do a hybrid of digital painting and oil painting. And I've been in business for 15 years almost, and just now getting to where I'm doing only what I really, really love, which is super cool place to be. But it has taken a long time. But I've never done the same thing twice for any client for the storyteller style images. I don't really have a name for this style because it changes a lot, you know. I consider myself, I've always been drawn more to classical style paintings. She looks kind of sad though, so we might have to fix that up a little bit. Oh, yuck, that's the wrong color. Like a brown. I'm colorblind, so this part is kind of a guessing game. Let's go back down here. There we go. Oh, thank you. I take that as a huge compliment. Kind of looks like a mustache right now, but we'll fix that. Are you a photographer? Painter? What do we got? That was a weird little Minnie Mouse hand that just happened. I like taking pictures. Oh, you know, that is not uncommon at all. And I think there are a lot of reasons. I feel like the industry has kind of been devalued lately because so many people call themselves photographers, but own it. You are if you decide you are. I've always felt like that about the word artist, I always feel weird saying it because it means something so different to so many people. So, you know, there's like a weird mental block with telling people what I do and having them have some picture in their head of what that means. And I'm a control freak. So I want to be able to know, what am I telling these people that I do? LB, how are you tonight? Hi, it's a full house. I love it. Thank you guys. I'll show you what I'm working on. This is something a little bit different. No, don't do that. It's Friday. Are you at work still? Is the rain getting you out of work? Whoops, that's the wrong one. Not that one. We'll go back. Yes and no. I don't know how to take that. I like that one better. Yes, working, and no. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We got more hail today. I've had more hail this year than I've had in my entire existence. Oh yeah, you're good. Okay, so I'm reading it out loud always because when it goes on YouTube, you can't really see it. I was going to shoot the Airshell Blue Angels tomorrow, but they ran out of parking passes and they're not allowing walk-ons. Oh, I thought you were going to say the rain. That's even worse. Can you go somewhere else to see it? Like, can you see it without going in? Seems like you ought to be able to, but maybe not. Maybe you need to be closer. I don't want this to look like, we might end up hairband. It's a fine line. I might just actually ditch that altogether. Okay. It's very hard to see the air show without going to the air show. Well, maybe you're not trying hard enough. What am I missing? Well, that is too bad. Maybe they'll get rained out. I'll wish ill on them for you. Solid point. Isn't it weird when you start trying to draw out an arm that you just like can't remember what an arm looks like? And then you can't even find a good picture of an arm. Hmm. Okay, so I guess nobody else knows. Oh, I'm sorry. Really looking forward to it. Only 2 to 3 years. Maybe something will come up. Keep trying. Somebody tells me I can't do something. It's when I go to work. It's when I do my best work. Out of stubbornness. All right, I guess we'll go with that. All right. What am I doing right now? Why don't I see anything? Oh, that's why. I still don't see anything really. Could sneak onto the Air Force Base. Yeah, that is not an easy feat in my experience. Not sure even really what I want to do here. Oh, okay, well, the roll ended. I ended my music streak. It's easier than you'd think, but on the off chance, you just go south fast. Yes, I would have guessed that. I need an arm here. Okay, I've got to skip this. I have heard nobody comes for the music, but I don't believe it. I tend to think that's the only reason people are on my stream. Okay, why is this shoulder to hand? Shouldn't be this difficult. Okay, well, Does that seem like... All right. I'm amazed I haven't yet learned my lesson when it comes to getting happier. Oh, I hate to hear that. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe you'll get in there. You just have to be persistent. What about a press pass? Can you get a press pass? Maybe. 12 hours is all kinds of time. Well, this is pretty music. Why? Why is it making it worse? We're supposed to help. I'm not good at that, I guess. Whatever, complex. Oh, I forgot to like that song. That's too big. And that's too small. Let's see. Don't think there's anything on that, so I'm going to save this as a new progression. And merge those layers and then duplicate so I've got a backup. I'm going to take a closer look at some of these details and see what I want to do down there. I'm actually pretty happy with them at this point. Let's see here. Go way smaller. Oh, I missed some chat. Are you going for a girl experience? Gosh, I don't know what that means. So this is actually an honor. So Monday would have been my oldest daughter's 15th birthday, but she passed on. So this is just kind of, I wanted to do a little sketch with my this is just the girls. So I have 6 kids. I have 3 boys and 3 girls. And so just kind of a celestial, not anything like I've done in a really long time. So I thought it would be cool to try something different. I tend to do mostly client work, obviously. You know, to like make a living and stuff, which I love, but to do something for my girls is nice too. Thank you. Thank you. We were lucky to have had her at all. So, you know, can't complain. This is weird. I have always like super hated drawing in front of anybody, because if I'm not in front of anybody, then I can just trash it and, you know, start over. Yes, I will. I'll have to do that. You know, I tell my kids a story all the time because they think it's that I'm like famous. But I was sketching, I was on a family vacation with my parents and I was sketching Mount Rushmore. And this nice old man offered me $100 for my sketch of Mount Rushmore. And that was like the greatest moment of my life. And then I didn't sell it. I should have. I kept it. I was like, maybe it's better than I thought. Keep it. Up that price. My dad was like, why didn't you sell it? You'll never get another chance to make money on art. And he was right. Just kidding. I love that everybody's here tonight. Yay! Friday night. 6 viewers. You guys are spoiling me. Well, I like that significantly less than the rest of it, so. What's everybody up to this weekend? I'm gonna live vicariously. Because I have. Do I like that? No, I don't. I have a 100-mile. No, I have just an 80-mile bike ride in the morning. And then a session in the afternoon, maternity, but that's it. We're getting deep on this Friday, finishing up some retouching, an editorial tomorrow. Why are you worried? Don't be worried. Are any of us really here? I can't answer that. Got no idea. I don't know what this weird claw hand situation is. She's supposed to be, you know, putting her hand on her sister. And I'm not actually normally one of those people that hates hands, but I've got like stage fright or something happening right here. So now it's going to be claw hands. And it's your fault. What's a hand look like? To use my old hand. You know, I can sketch a hand with a pencil or pen and ink, anything like that. But with paint, I'm like, probably just put her hand away somewhere. I'd rather give her a pocket. I'd rather give her a pocket than a hand. Whoops. Might be what we end up going with here, because her hand, what I'm doing is making her hand enormous, and that's not pretty. There we go. Should have a dainty little 15-year-old hand. I'm not going to take offense to that. Am I getting bleeped out? Who's getting bleeped out? Did chat go south? Is that just the hand? I really was scared of the hand. Alright, I'm going to duplicate these layers and then merge them because I'm chicken. And if I could do this with real life painting, I would. forget what I was doing. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Is anybody streaming later? I will do my best to. Oh, how do I shout people out? You guys have to teach me everything, because I didn't know you could do that, and other people were doing that in there. So just shout yourself out. Is that cheating? Oh, I have to set something up. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize then, because I'm not good at this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'm always taking notes. I'm liking my music tonight too. Turns out it's better than the pirate music. Who knew? Let's go like. I can't ever see the emotes, the emojis. I don't even know what to call them if I'm being real honest. So I have to like, I'm gonna start to need glasses soon. Because I can never tell what they are. My dog is saying hi. see here. Well, that went sideways. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Or whatever it is. All right. I'm getting close to wrapping up for tonight. Is there anybody that we can raid? I'm obsessed with raids. They make me so happy. Okay. All right, so we're gonna raid. Thank you guys so much. You made my Friday night. I'm gonna be back and working on this, and probably just between now and Monday, this will be kind of my thing to just kind of zen out and remember my little Keely. And thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, and thank you for all of your help always for helping the new chick in town. I appreciate it. And now, hopefully I can figure out how to do this. Is it / right? You think I would be better at that by now? Okay, let's try it. Okay, mature audiences. Are you guys mature? Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome night.
Welcome into Ali Elliott's viewers as well. This doesn't look like art. No! No, it's not art. We're just doing a round of Cat Lady. I forgot to change it. I'm so sorry. Hello, Lovex Sky. Welcome in. We have just been... I didn't even change it. I'm so sorry. I always, every single time I forget. How are you? Like I say, I'm so sorry.
That's why you my mommy. Please.